Okay, now we're back, and this time around we're talking about the Green Essay Competition. Channels Television is passionate about books and about education. And that is why we set up a program that is called the Channels Book Club. And this is a program that is in leaps and bounds, reaching out to young people, older people, whatever your generation is. You need enlightenment, you need education, you need to read. And I think our presenter and producer of the program always says, I think his saying is, a book can change your life, or something like that.
One book at a time, or one book will change your life.
One book can
He'll
change
get to
your
tell
life.
us,
He will tell us that, but I know I see him say that, Kunle Kasumu says that quite a lot. But this time around, we're talking about a competition that is in collaboration with Channels Television's Channels Book Club, and the organization that has decided to partner with us is the Uplift Development Foundation, which is founded by the wife of the governor of, I was going to say Lagos State, no.
Ogun State.
Ogun State. That is Mrs. Olufunsho Amosun. In partnership with Channels, this has happened. It's the first time the National Green Essay Competition has happened. Let's quickly introduce the wife of the governor of Ogun State, the very, very beautiful, very, very intellectual, cerebral Mrs. Amosun. Great to have you here on Channels Television this morning.
It's good to be here, thank you.
Now, on the other side, we also have Dr. Newton Juvenile, who's the founder of Fight Against Desert Encroachment, and he's an environmental activist. Good morning, sir.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And sitting just beside him is Kunle Kasumu, our own presenter of Channels Book Club and producer as well. Kunle, good morning.
It's great to be here.
Let's start with that phrase that you use, a book can change your life?
Remember, one great book can change your life.
One great book. Yes, one great book can change your life. Now, Mrs. Amosun, what inspired you to think of a national green essay competition? I know that a lot of people in Nigeria, when you talk about greenhouse effect and you talk about the ozone layer, you completely lost them, and you start talking about the impact of abusing the environment and things like that. It's like, come on now, we've been doing this forever and nothing has happened to us, but they don't see the impact. What inspired you to say that the young people should be talking about green?
Well, I spoke to quite a number of children, and not only children actually, but let's limit it to children. And I realized that a lot of people don't actually understand the concept of going green. Just as you said, they don't realize the necessity for all of us to be responsible for the environment that we live in. And that made me feel that there was a need for information to be put out there. And that's why I put a little handbook together for children. And I realized that we had focused on Ogun State. We'd done a lot under the project, which is one of the Uplift Development Foundation projects, which is called GEFTY, called Green Education for the Youth. And after a while, I realized that I was limiting this to Ogun State. If we're going to sustain the environment, the world environment, if I've limited it to Ogun State, then we're not going to go very far. So I thought, let's take this a step further and take it to a national level. And we tried to get the information, the education out there to children across the nation. And this is how we came up with the first National Green Essay Competition idea. We realized that if we just told children to read the book and understand the basics of going green, they might not be interested. So we thought that if we organized a competition and told them that there will be great prizes at the end, which there are, then we would get the children motivated to read the book, which is the main objective of the competition.
Okay. Why did you decide to catch them young, to go, to the cradle, to start this project?
Same reason why people send children to school. I suppose it's a bit easier to impart knowledge to the young ones. We say that they haven't formed in their ways. So it's easy to get them to imbibe the culture of going green, for it to become part of their daily lifestyle, for them to grow like that. The intention is for us to have a green
lifestyle,
a green generation.
Right.
growing such that it's part of, it's their culture, it's their way of life, and we hope that they would impart it to their siblings, their parents. You know how children come home from school and say, oh mommy, we were told in school not to do this. And I feel that the children too would come home and say, oh mommy, you don't need to leave that tap running while you're brushing your teeth. Oh, can we switch off some lights, we don't need them, and things like that. So we just felt that if we imparted this knowledge to the young ones, then we'll be grooming a generation of environmentally friendly children, if you'd like to say, with the hope that in the near future would have a nation of environmentally conscious people in Nigeria.
Last year when we did the Channels Book Club's competition, the essay writing competition, we had the opportunity of meeting some extremely intelligent young girls and boys. It was an awesome experience for me to see it. What has it been like, you being on the panel of judges? What kind of materials did you have these children send back to you?
Well, first of all, it was an honor being invited by